Hello, all you beautiful people out there, and welcome to the Vlad Mabus podcast. I'm your host, as always, Vlad Mabus, and we got a great one for you today. On today's podcast, we'll be talking about the heavy rain that has come down at the Burning Man Festival. Plus, I'll be talking about the aftermath of WWE Payback, the lopsided game between Oregon and Portland State, and the leave of absence that I took, and much more. So, without further ado, let's make this podcast our bitch, shall we?
Don't ignore the fall. Pull the knife out. Stop the bleeding. Evolve, resolve. You've always known me. If love dies, what is the meaning of life? If love dies, open your eyes.
And welcome back to the Vlad Mabus podcast. It's been a while since I've been on here, and I'll explain why. First is because I was dealing with some mental shit for a while. Second was that I originally did a live stream with Dr. Arpeggio and Booze Dozer and was going to post it, but I decided not to because I did not know that Booze Dozer was on a train when we were doing the live stream. Midway through the podcast, he suddenly dropped out of it. I don't know why he did, but he did. He then was calling me and Dr. Arpeggio by our real names, which we do not want people to know our full names, obviously, due to just security reasons. And I mean, they could know our full names, but honestly, I'd just rather not people know my full names and, well, my full name, anyways. Just I don't want people, stalking me on Facebook or something like that. Hey, you're that one guy from that one podcast. Yeah, that's me. So, long story short, there have been a shit ton of editing, or sorry, let me rephrase that. So, long story short, there would have been a shit ton of editing I would have had to do. So, next time we'll be a little more prepared and give you guys the podcast you all deserve. So, yeah, he was on the train when we were doing it, and god, he wasn't in a private area or anything like that. I had no idea that he was going to be on the train when he did it. And then, there's all this background noise and everything else. I think I still have it on here. I'll show you guys. I could probably show you guys a clip of it, and just you'll see how just bad it is. So that's one of the reasons it was just so disorganized and everything else. I don't know if I told Dr. Arpeggio about it yet, but when I do, he'll understand why I decided not to post it. It was just so disorganized. Not only that, he gave his phone to his girlfriend, and I don't know if she knew that it was going on YouTube, so I didn't want to accidentally post it on YouTube and, she not be okay with that. So, just yeah, I don't want to put somebody on, YouTube that doesn't want to be on YouTube. Just because, yeah, just some like god, what would I say? Legal shit, I guess. And, oh, you use my likeliness without my consent. And I just really don't want to go down that road. So, um, whoa, sorry, my mic kind of just I went a little high right there. I don't know what that was about, but so yeah, it wasn't a good podcast. So that's one of the reasons why I just my mic is like going in and out of, it's like roller coastering the sound. It's going low and then it's going high. I don't know why, but it is. Um so so yeah, there was that. And so yeah, I just decided not to post it. So we'll be moving on and find something better. And there goes my mic again. Is it affecting the sound on your guys' end? I don't know, but kind of weird. So our first topic we're going to talk about here on the Vlad Mabus podcast is, of course, Burning Man. It's this huge festival, kind of this counterculture festival. It's been going on for years. Goes on in the Nevada desert. It's pretty, and well, it's pretty interesting festival. I've never been there myself, but yeah, it's kind of just where people go and just have a good time. And the reason it's called Burning Man is because the fact they set like this wooden mannequin, I guess is what you want to call it, and they set it on fire, and that's hence the word Burning Man. And it's a tradition at the festival, will continue to be a tradition. So yeah, it yeah, it's definitely the tradition of the festival. I think I got into the history of that festival. It was years ago. It was over like 30 years ago. But one of the founders of the festival got pissed at his ex girlfriend and made a man out of like all this wood and then set it ablaze. And then lo and behold, it became a festival. So it's been a huge festival for many years, will continue to be a festival for many years. And yeah, so the iconic Burning Man festival was in the news recently, and it was because the festival has been experiencing heavy rain, and I mean heavy. There's so much rain that a lot of the roads are impassable to the point that everybody at the festival got stuck. Yeah, seriously, they got stuck. And I heard in the news like somebody died there too. I don't know if that was because of it or what, but somebody died at that festival. So I don't know the cause of death or anything like that. I think it's currently still under investigation. So we'll definitely have to find out the cause of death if we can. But things got so bad that the National Guard offered their assistance, but the CEO of the festival declined to have them assist. One of the reasons is because the CEO, the CEO, sorry if I said that too fast, has said that the water is drying up, so there's no need for the National Guard. So we shall see if everybody can get out without issues. I think they last time I checked, they're still having issues with like getting out of the festival. It's just, oh man, it's just chaos, and I'm kind of glad I'm not there right now. So Burning Man has kind of become Soaker Man, I guess. I mean, I don't know what you would call that. Uh, but yeah, I don't think Burning Man was on fire for that long due to the rain. So yeah, and without further ado, that I'm gonna put the pause on the news for right now, and we're gonna get into sports with the sports report. It is now time for the sports report, where I give you results of what's happening in the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, and other leagues as well. So let's get into it. In college football, there was a game between the Oregon Ducks and the Portland State Vikings, where the Oregon Ducks crushed Portland State 81 to 7. I almost said 87 to 1. That wouldn't have made any sense. Yeah, 81 to 7. Um, I didn't even think that was even possible for a team to score that many points in a single game. I don't remember ever recalling a game where a team scored that many points. I don't think it's no no. Let's see. So that has never happened in the NFL. I think the closest it's come to that was the most points scored in an NFL game. I think was like the NFL championship game. It was between the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders. And Chicago like scored 73 points in that game, but nobody has been able to beat that record. The who was it? I think it was the Jacksonville Jaguars got close with 62 points, but so far nobody has been able to beat that record. So I didn't even think it was even possible for a team to score that many points in a single game. Oregon actually did make history in that game by setting the record for most points scored in a single game at Autzen Stadium. So, does the NCAA have a mercy rule? Does anybody know? Because I think they should in case games get out of control. I mean, because in situations like that, I think they should. Anyways, here are the results from I just pulled the Mitch McConnell. Did you see that? Just froze. Anyways, here are the results from the rest of the games happening in college football. I did not forget my line, all right. Wait, I'm supposed to do them? Am I really? I'm just messing with you guys. Hold on. Just when I think I'm organized, I am not. No, I guess Joe Biden, sorry, the first lady tested positive for COVID. Okay, I guess it's news. Okay. Let's see here. Trying to get to my sports here. I was not prepared. I am sorry, guys. I thought that I'd be more prepared than this, but I guess I'm not. So let's go to where is it? NCAA football. So, there's actually a game today between Clemson and Duke. Clemson leading by a point, 7-6. See, another scores we have Florida State getting the victory over LSU, 45-24. And then, whoops, what did I do? What did I do? Okay. So the Oregon State Beavers defeating San Jose State. It's 42-17. And then we have Jackson State only scoring 10 points against Florida A&M. So Florida A&M gets the win with 28-10. And then yesterday we saw Rutgers take on Northwestern. They won it 24-7. And then let's see, San Diego State defeated Idaho State 36-28. Man, it seems like more and more schools are getting football programs. I swear. And then UCLA defeating, was it Coastal Carolina? Is that what it says? I think so. So, and then the BYU Brigham Young defeated Sam Houston in a blowout, or no, sorry, not a blowout, a shutout, 14-0. Arizona defeated Northern Arizona in a lopsided game, 38-3. And then let's see, what else do we got? UTEP victorious against Incarnate. Is that Incarnate what? I can't read it because it's cut off. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Who do they feed? Incarnate Word. So the UTEP Miners defeating Incarnate Word Cardinals 28-14. I lost it. Hold on. Let's get back to the college results here. And then we had New Mexico State victorious 58-21. I swear I cannot talk. And then we have Louisiana victorious against, hold on, this is a new team I'm not familiar. Northwestern State, the Demons. So the Raging Cajuns defeating the Demons. keeps taking me back to the MLB. I don't want the MLB. We'll get to that. Be patient. And then we have Tulane coming out with the win against South Alabama, 37-17. McNeese State was defeated by Tarleton State, 52-34. Virginia Tech victorious over Old Dominion. They won it 36-17. And let's see, a close one here. Prairie View wins a close one, 37-34 against Texas Southern. And that game went into OT. So wait, Montana State has a football team? Why am I just knowing about this now? Anyways, Montana State scored a lot of points in their game, winning 63-20. I cannot talk for the life of me. And then Illinois wins a close one against Toledo, 30-28. See, I can do this. And then the Alabama Crimson Tide wins their game 56-7 against Middle Tennessee. And then we had another close one, Wyoming winning it 35-33 against Texas Tech. And that went into 2 overtimes. So that was definitely a close game there. So that's going to do it for college football. And let's see. Yeah, that's it for college football. I don't know what else there would be. So the NHL and NBA don't have much going on since they're off season. So let's move on to Major League Baseball, shall we? The MLB season is the MLB postseason is fast approaching, and some teams are still trying to get a spot in the postseason. So without further ado, here's the results from the MLB. And let's take a look. So we got 2 games actually going on right now. The Philadelphia Phillies taking on the San Diego Padres. Bottom of the 9th, Phillies leading 9-7. And we'll see if maybe the Padres can try to tie it up to go into extra innings or even take the lead. Next, we have another game that's currently going on. The Baltimore Orioles taking on the Los Angeles Angels. Bottom of the 2nd. And so far, both teams have not been able to score any runs. So still early in the game. So we'll have to see what happens with that one. And then we have the Pittsburgh Pirates who took on the Milwaukee Brewers. Pittsburgh wins it 4-2. And then here's a lopsided one. The Minnesota Twins took on the Cleveland Guardians, and it was Minnesota who came out on top in a lopsided victory, 20-6. So here we go. Let's look and see what other ones there are. So yeah, got some upcoming games here. Do we? Yes, these are okay. Yeah, these are all upcoming games. Yes, I said that. For tomorrow, first, the Guardians and Twins will take on each other once again, and that will be at 3:10 p.m. at Progressive Field. And then the Pirates and Brewers will face each other again. And then we have the Seattle Mariners taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Also tomorrow, so these are going to be all September 5th. Yeah, I don't think there's any. Are these all? Yeah, these are all September 5th. These are all for September 5th. On September 5th, we got the Los Angeles Dodgers. They will take on the Miami Marlins. The Boston Red Sox will take on the Tampa Bay Rays. The Detroit Tigers will take on the New York Yankees. And speaking of the New York Mets will take on the Washington Nationals. The St. Louis Cardinals will take on the Atlanta Braves. The San Francisco Giants will head to the friendly confines of Wrigley Field to take on the Chicago Cubs. And speaking of Chicago, that other Chicago team, the Chicago White Sox, they will head to Kansas City to take on the Kansas City Royals. The Houston Astros will take on the Texas Rangers in the Texas series. And then let's see, the Baltimore Orioles, they will once again take on the Los Angeles Angels. And then The Phillies and Padres will face each other again. And also, the Toronto Blue Jays will head to Oakland to take on the Oakland Athletics. And last but not least, primetime baseball, another primetime game. The Colorado Rockies will take on the Arizona Diamondbacks. That will be at Chase Field in Arizona. So there are your games, upcoming games for Major League Baseball. The NFL preseason has come to a close, and week 1 of the NFL regular season starts this Thursday with Thursday Night Football. So let's take a look at some of the upcoming games for the NFL. Who's facing who in week 1? Let's see what do we got? Okay, so on September 7th, the first game of the regular season, the Detroit Lions will take on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. That will be at Arrowhead Stadium and be Thursday Night Football. And then we'll fast forward to Sunday. The Tennessee Titans will take on the New Orleans Saints. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will head to Minneapolis to take on the Minnesota Vikings. The Arizona Cardinals will take on the Washington Commanders. The San Francisco 49ers will head to Pittsburgh to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers in a interconference matchup. Did I say that right? I think I did. And this one, it's the Ohio Bowl. And why I call it that is because the Cincinnati Bengals will head to Cleveland to take on their AFC North rivals, the Cleveland Browns. We got another divisional matchup as the Carolina Panthers will take on the Atlanta Falcons in an NFC South matchup. The Houston Texans will take on the Baltimore Ravens. The Jacksonville Jaguars will head to Indianapolis to take on the Indianapolis Colts in an AFC South matchup. And then one of the most bitter rivalries in all of the NFL, it is an NFC North matchup as the Green Bay Packers will head to Soldier Field to take on their arch rivals, the Chicago Bears. Then the Philadelphia Eagles will head to Foxborough to take on the New England Patriots in a Super Bowl 42 and Super Bowl 39 rematch with those two teams. And then an NFC West matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and Seattle Seahawks. The Miami Dolphins, they'll also head to LA to take on the Los Angeles Chargers in an AFC matchup. The Las Vegas Raiders will head to the Mile High City to take on the Denver Broncos in an AFC West matchup. And then it's a showdown in the NFC East as the Dallas Cowboys will head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So that's going to do it for week 1. Well, actually, no. Those are all the games that are happening on Sunday. So Monday Night Football will be live on September 11th as the Buffalo Bills. So Jared Allen and the Buffalo Bills will take on Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets in AFC East matchup. That's going to be on Monday night. So we will have to see, man. This is going to be good. I kind of actually want to look forward to that match or that game. Sorry, that matchup. Okay, between the Bills and the Jets. I think that's going to be a good one. So I might actually watch that. All right, so we are actually going to get on to wrestling now. As last but not least, we have some news in professional wrestling. Let's start with AEW, where it was announced that CM Punk had been fired from the company, reason being due to an incident that happened at AEW's pay-per-view All In. Apparently, CM Punk has been getting into physical altercations with other AEW wrestlers, the most recent being with Jack Perry. AEW did release a statement about the incident, which says, and I need to pull this up real fast. Let's see here. Note to self, be more prepared. I need to be more prepared. And let's see, I'm going to pull this up real quick. Let's see here. I'm trying to look up the statement. Okay, here. I think I found it. Did I find it? No, I did not find it. What the? Where's it? Where's it? Okay. Where is it? Where is it? I know that there was a statement. Where the hell is it? Oh my god, I cannot find the statement or the oh my god, none of them will show it. Okay, let's see. Try to look this up real quick. My god. Okay, you know what? Let's see if I can get images. No, that wasn't it. The fuck is it? Swear to God, I can't find it. I've been looking everywhere, and I cannot find it. Wait, was that his immediate? Hold on. Was this it? No, that's not it. All right, I'm about to give up because I don't want to just keep you guys waiting. Um, this sucks because I like literally cannot find. Okay, I think I found it. Okay, here it is. I finally found it. All Elite Wrestling has terminated the wrestler and employment agreements between Phillip Brooks, CM Punk, and AEW with cause effective immediately. The termination was confirmed today by Tony Khan, CEO, general manager, and head of creative of AEW. The termination follows a week long internal investigation of an incident occurring backstage at AEW All In London on Sunday, August 27th. Following the investigation, the AEW Discipline Committee met and later convened with outside legal counsel before making a unanimous recommendation to Khan that CM Punk be terminated with cause. Khan offered the following statement. Phil played an important role within AEW, and I thank him for his contributions. The termination of his AEW contracts with cause is ultimately my decision and mine alone. Of course, I wish I didn't have to share this news, which may come as a disappointment to many of our fans. Nevertheless, I am making the decision in the best interests of many people who make AEW possible every week. Our talent, staff, venue operators, and many others whose efforts are unsung but essential to bringing our fans great shows on television and at arenas and stadiums throughout the world. So there we have it. I finally found it. God, I had to go on a wild goose chase to find that. So, uh, so there's that. I find it weird that he's been causing altercations backstage because I don't remember him ever doing this backstage when he was in WWE. I know he left due to him and Vince having creative differences in that he got his release papers on the day of his wedding. Also, I remember him mentioning that one of the reasons he left was due to Ryback, just because Ryback was hurting people. He kept botching a lot of moves which can lead to your release. Especially, I think Nia Jax. That's one of the reasons Nia Jax was released from the company is because she kept botching moves. So yeah, they just can't have it, and that's why Ryback left as well. Just he kept botching a lot of moves. He kept, people got hurt. He said one time there was a video on Monday Night Raw where Ryback put him through a table, but only half of CM Punk's body actually landed on the table. The other half of his body landed on the concrete. So yeah, but I guess this guy was starting shit backstage. So yeah, man, what news? All right, now let's turn our attention to WWE, where WWE had its pay per view, WWE Payback. The first match was Becky Lynch going one on one with WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus in a steel cage match. I was actually pretty impressed with that match. There were times I thought it was over, but the match kept going. It was actually a pretty good match. I have to say, it kept me interested because they kept kicking out of each other's moves and everything else. It wasn't, um, like a one and done type thing. Uh, Trish Stratus, I think, hit what Stratusfaction, and that wasn't enough to keep Becky Lynch down. Zoe Stark, who teamed up with Trish Stratus, interfered and tried to help Trish uh, twist win, win the match, but Becky Lynch put a stop to that real quick. In the end, Becky Lynch defeated Trish Stratus, but it didn't end there as Zoe and Trish got into an argument to the point where Trish slapped Zoe. Zoe, though, wasn't going to let Trish Stratus push her around and hit the Z360 on Trish before leaving the ring. Other results we have include Rey Mysterio successfully defending his United States Championship against the former champion, Austin Theory. Rhea Ripley defeated Raquel Rodriguez to retain the Women's World Championship. But the biggest story of the pay per view, I would have to say, was the tag team match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn as they put their titles on the line against Judgment Day's Finn Balor and Damian Priest. That I thought was a really good match, even though, for the love of God, Dominic Ford cannot stop interfering with the fucking matches. It's just like I swear, it's like he I think it's kind of funny though. He keeps interfering with the matches, even though like I know why he's doing it because he's the heel and everything, and WWE. I mean, I think he just assumes it now. Like they come up to him and be like, "Okay, Dominic, this is what you're gonna do," and he's just like, "You're gonna have me interfere in this match, aren't you?" Yeah. so so of course Dominic got involved. He got involved in the Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez match too. So I'll be honest with you guys right now. I totally wish that Jim Ross was in WWE right now, and just the commentary he would have for Dominic Mysterio would just be like, "Oh, come on! Oh, here comes this jackass once again getting involved. Dominic Mysterio is a pathetic human being, and just oh god, I wish he was in WWE right now. Just the words he would have for the Judgment Day would just be priceless." So yeah, and that wasn't actually all. So Dominic Mysterio got involved. Rhea Ripley then comes and gives aid. Actually, before that, JD McDonough uh gets involved and helps the Judgment Day, helps Priest and Balor. And then here comes Rhea Ripley, who also gets involved, and she's like, "Hell, if they're all going to get involved, I'm going to get involved too." So she runs down there and delivers a spear to Kevin Owens through the barricade. Oh my god, it was Kevin Owens, I think, right? Okay, I think it was Kevin Owens. But yeah, and right after the spear, Rhea Ripley has this like sadistic grin on her face. So that was a good match, and the Judgment Day, if you didn't hate him now or didn't hate him before, you're gonna hate him now because now everybody in Judgment Day is a champion. You got Balor and Priest as the tag team champions. You got Rhea Ripley as the women's world champion, and then you got Dominic Mysterio as the North American champion. Well, and then Damian Priest is also Mr. Money in the Bank. So they got everything. They have just conquered the WWE at this point. And the last time I remember a faction doing this, I think the last time a faction did that where everybody was champion in that faction was Evolution back at Armageddon 2003. You had Triple H as the World Heavyweight Champion, Randy Orton as the Intercontinental Champion, and then you had Flair and Batista as the World Tag Team Champions. So I think that was the last time that happened in WWE. So that's just insane. Uh, but yeah, so it makes me wonder though, what's gonna happen? Oh crap! I forgot today's Monday. I forgot today is Monday, ladies and gentlemen. So what's gonna happen tonight on Monday Night Raw? Are the Judgment Day going to offer JD McDonough a spot? Are they going to make him an official member of the Judgment Day? That's what I want to know. Actually, I might tune into Monday Night Raw tonight. I totally forgot today was Monday. So I'm definitely going to turn into that. We'll have to wait and see. And that's going to do it for the sports report. So, some other news here, guys. How do I explain this? So that was for the sports report. Now, I'm not necessarily done talking about wrestling because this past week in wrestling, we lost two legends, those being Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt. Terry Funk, I didn't really watch much due to the fact that he wrestled before I started watching it. I did, however, watch him when he was in WWE and wrestled as Chainsaw Charlie due to the, WWE Network. Even though I didn't watch wrestling when the Attitude Era was going on, which was probably the biggest mistake of my life. I I do remember watching, past footage on Peacock of, the Attitude Era when he was Chainsaw Charlie and teamed up with Mick Foley. And also, I knew that he was a huge legend in ECW. And it just, he's a legend in professional wrestling all around, not just WWE, not just ECW, just wrestling in whole. And uh, just great guy. He's a Hall of Famer, deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Um, 79 years old, unfortunately that's, an age where people can pass away. So, moving on to Bray Wyatt's passing, I'll be honest with you guys. That was just like a shot to the heart. It really was. And I know it was for a lot of you guys. I remember I was sitting at work and I got on Instagram and I saw that post in loving memory of Wyndham Rotunda, aka Bray Wyatt. And my jaw just dropped. And I'm like, please tell me this is some kind of sick prank. Um, Turns out it wasn't. It was legit because I looked at who posted it and it was WWE that posted it. So, and I'm just like, when I saw that, I'm like, no, please no. I was like, tell me this is not real. Tell me that this is, a dream. It wasn't. Uh, and what I have to say is that Bray Wyatt was one hell of a wrestler. Um, you know, whether he was, the cult leader when he was a part of the Wyatt family, he was the Fiend or Uncle Howdy. His Uncle Howdy character really didn't take off because he was just beginning it when he came back. Uh, and yeah, uh, there were some talks that he was going to bring back the Fiend, and he was actually ready. He was getting ready to come back to WWE. From what I heard, he was only 2 weeks away from coming back to WWE. He was having issues. He was dealing with an illness and everything else, and just wasn't feeling good. Um, he did get COVID, and I think what happened was COVID messed up his heart to the point where he had a heart attack. And let me tell you, man, it's the thing that bothers me the most is that his kids are going to grow up without their dad. To me, I know what that feels like, and it sucks not having not having a dad. My dad passed away when I was 6 years old, and it really sucks. And the thing is that the Fiend character was just iconic. I mean, it was such a good character. And I wish he would have brought it back. I wish WWE would have brought it back when Triple H, you know, brought Bray Wyatt back after Vince released him. But they decided to go in a different direction, and then Bray did say the Fiend was dead. Well, quote unquote, the Fiend was dead. Uh, I think he was just trying to throw people off and was going to bring back the Fiend. So, which I would have loved. I would have loved to see him feud with the Judgment Day. I would have loved it, especially from what I heard. There were actually talks about forming a new Wyatt family with Alexa Bliss. I heard Eric Young was going to be um, a part of the group. Just a bunch of other people. Of course, Eric Young, he asked for his release. He When he heard the news that Vince was coming back, he did not want to be in WWE anymore. I guess he didn't like the creative decisions that Vince was making. So he's like, fuck this, I'm out of here. Um, Alexa, Alexa Bliss got pregnant. So kind of, that kind of, yeah, so she's on maternity leave right now. And then, of course, Bray Wyatt was dealing with, issues from COVID. So that's another thing. But God, guys, it really it really sucks that this happened. I don't know how else to describe it, but it did. Now, I know for a damn fact he's going to be in the class of 2024 WWE Hall of Fame. There's no question about it, because they did the same thing with Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero passed away in late 05, 2006. They put him in the Hall of Fame. Um, he deserves it. He really does. He's Undertaker passed the torch onto him. He was supposed to be the next Undertaker, and it just sucks. It really does. Um, you know, I will say this: he's gone, but he'll never be forgotten. And my thoughts and prayers go out to his family. So I'm gonna end it there, but it just it just sucks. It really does. He was one hell of a wrestler. I'll say that. Um, we're going to take a quick break here, guys. Sorry, what I was saying is we're going to take a quick break here, guys. Don't go anywhere. More of the Vlad Mabus podcast is coming up after this quick message. Hey guys, just wanted to take a quick minute here to tell you, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button as I'm looking at the screen instead of my camera. But don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. And also it will let you know about future episodes of the Vlad Mabus podcast. So don't forget, like seriously, hit that like and subscribe button. Stop staring at me. And seriously, stop staring at me and just do it. I said just do it. Anyways, back to the podcast. You better fucking do it. Welcome back, everyone. So, as many of you know, there has been a strike going on for months now that has put production of all movies and TV shows to a screeching halt. Both the union and the studios are trying to reach an agreement, but so far both parties have been able to come to terms on anything. Well, it turns out that the video game industry might be affected by this strike as well. Many developers, such as EA, Take Two, WB Games, and Activision, and many more, there could be ones I didn't list on here, could be affected by this. So, one of the reasons I'm bringing this up is because we might see, and man, I was hoping I did not have to say this, we might see GTA 6 release in the fall of 2024. We might. However, if Take Two is getting affected by this, which is the parent company of Rockstar, GTA 6 could get delayed into 2025 or even later if Rockstar has to halt development. And I really hope it doesn't, because a lot of people, including myself, have been just waiting and waiting and waiting. We've been waiting 10 years. 10 years for the next GTA game. Yes, we did get Red Dead 2 in 2018, but GTA 5, the last one, or GTA 6, sorry, I said GTA 5, but the last GTA game we got was GTA 5, which was released. It's almost been a year mark. Yeah, 10 years ago in 2013 was when we got GTA 5. And now Rockstar, I think the next year, did release the game again for the next gen consoles at the time, which were the PS4 and Xbox One, which a lot of people said, okay, yeah, it makes sense because they were just 1 year shy of the new consoles coming out. So a lot of people, were like, okay, cool. Thanks for doing that. So they did it again with GTA 5 as they released it on the Xbox Series S/X and then the PS5, but people were just, they got so much backlash for it. They're like, look, guys, we're done with GTA 5. All right. We don't care about GTA 5. We've already played it time and time again. Is it a great game? Yes, it is a great game. But for the love of God, no more. We're sick of it. We're already ready for GTA 6. We're done with GTA 5. So yeah. But yeah, this strike, oh man, this is gonna probably affect a lot because guess what? Also, development of a lot of games might come to a halt. So hopefully they can work something, avoid a strike. It's not like what's happening with it has to, I think, do with something else. I don't think necessarily have to do with the AI necessarily, what's happening with the movie and the big screen and small screen. Uh so like the film industry and yeah, TV shows. It's more just because of the wages and that kind of stuff. So it's not because they already use AI in video games. They already use it for to create NPCs and that kind of stuff. So it's already being used. So yeah, let's hope not. I pray to God, please. I do not want GTA 6 to be delayed into 2025, 2026, 2027. Let's hope not. It doesn't go that far, but God, because at that point, Red Dead 3 might be releasing before GTA 6. So God forbid. But yeah. All right. So with that being said, here's a story for you guys. This comes out of Nebraska. This guy modified his car to transport a bull. And there's no bull with this story. I'm serious. Look it up. This guy was transporting a bull in his car. His bull was like hanging outside of the car, like outside of the car. It was not designed to transport cattle or anything like that. So, uh, but yeah, an officer noticed this and pulled him over. The cop gave him a ticket, but did say to keep driving. It's fine now. Just don't do it again. But seriously, who the hell transports a full-size bull in a car? I wonder what that bull was thinking when that happened. Luckily, the bull didn't have to take a shit. Actually, that would have been pretty hilarious because then he could say his day was bullshit. Get it? Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I had to do it. All right, I just had to do it. So let's move on to the word of the week. The word of the week is Oregon timber burn. This is where you grab a guy's dick and then twist to cause a burning sensation. So basically, it's an Indian burn on your dick. Man, I don't think and once again, I can't talk. I don't think I'll ever care to get one of those or be on the receiving end of that. So, but yeah, there you go. That's what an Oregon timber burn is. I really got to think of something better. So, but yeah, I don't have any other news. So that's going to do it for this episode of the Vlad Mabus podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.